What is up, guys? Okay, today in this video I'm going to be showing you how I'm using Ali Abdaal's study method to create a spreadsheet for myself and answer a couple questions from my slides. And this is basically what I kind of learned from YouTuber Ali Abdaal's study videos, so I'm going to be kind of incorporating it here into this video to kind of help you guys try it out for yourself if you want to try out a new study technique. And let's jump into it. So what I have here is I have my slides from class here, and I have Google Sheets open over here so that I can start taking notes. All right, so first thing I do is I would label this slide. So for this one, I'm going to be naming it practice questions, because that's what essentially this method is. It's kind of like creating flashcards, but you're doing it in a spreadsheet form where you would have a question here and a answer here, and you would have to recall that. So I'll name this practice questions on evidence-based practice, EBP, and kind of make it short, and intro to literature evaluation. Okay, so now I would make this a bit bigger because I don't really need the other columns. Okay, so kind of going over the objectives here. Or actually, yeah, if you guys can read this on your own time, but first thing I would do after reading those objectives, I would come to each of the slides and stare at it for a while and kind of think of possible questions I could ask myself and turn that into questions I could put onto the spreadsheet. So obviously this is just a graph, and there's not much questions I can think of here. It's just more of a statistical analysis of the number of citations, so that's not too important. Okay, now something like this. So what they're kind of saying here is the amount of information that's been gathered over time has increased where it seems almost impossible to keep up. See, this guy is kind of knocked out on his table. All right, now here's where we can make some flashcards. So as you can see, I took some notes here. So evidence-based practice, it says, is the key to delivering the highest quality of healthcare and ensuring the best patient outcome. So I would create a question for that here on the spreadsheet. What is the key to delivering the highest quality of healthcare and ensuring the best patient outcome? Question mark. Now the key is, as it says in the title, evidence-based practice. Now this was an obvious question, so let's kind of get a bit deeper into some deeper questions that we can create from the information here. So here we have a bit of history. So this person defined the definition for EBP. But it's more of a history type of thing, so it's not too important. So it's kind of good to gauge what you think your professor would put on your exam or your test or your quizzes, so that you can create questions for yourself that you know would be important or that you know would probably be placed on the exam. So history question. So being tested on history isn't too important because this isn't a history class, it's on evidence-based medicine, so you can disregard this history. So here, it looks like we can create a question here. A lifelong problem-solving approach to clinical practice that integrates search, critical appraisal, and synthesis of the most relevant, rigorous, and best research. And that's, in summary, called external evidence, and one's own clinical expertise, which includes internal evidence generated from outcomes management or quality improvement projects, patient assessment and evaluation, clinical judgment and reasoning, clinical confidence, resources, and utilization. And the last one is just utilizing patient's preference, values, beliefs, and concerns. So a question I can probably create for this is, how does EBP, evidence-based practice, create a lifelong problem-solving approach to clinical practice? Okay, and we don't want our answers to be too long on the second cell, so we would kind of simplify it. So the first pointer was search, critical appraisal, and synthesis of relevant information, and they said in short it's external evidence. So that's what I'm just going to put here, external evidence. And if I have a question in the future, I can always refer back to the slides and to check, and that will help me remind myself what external evidence really is. But it's pretty obvious what it is. If you already look at the information and you know it's kind of obvious, you can summarize it. And that's the best part of learning. If you're able to summarize what you learn, it's easier and it's faster. It saves you time, and it'll stay in your memory longer because you're in a sense comprehending it and manipulating it in your memory to make it easier to remember. So for the second pointer, you can see this second pointer is kind of long, so let's kind of simplify it down. So as you can see, it's kind of very experience generated, personal experience. You're dealing with outcomes, improvement projects, but in summary, these are all internal evidence, and it's on your own clinic, and it's also based on clinical expertise, or in summary, or in short, it's experience. So what I can do here for the second pointer is put internal evidence, and in parentheses, clinical expertise / experience. Okay, and the third pointer here is, or when you're kind of testing yourself on this question, something that really helps is just try and recall the main pointers. You don't have to be able to remember what's in parentheses. It's just extra information in case you forget. So for the third one, patient preference, values, beliefs, and concerns. So that's pretty self-explanatory. So you can put it here. You can just put it in because it's not too long to remember. Patient preferences, values, beliefs, and concerns. All right. See how we simplified this large body of information into legit just 3 parts. So if you're studying these questions on your own, if you're not sure what the question is, you could always click that question and the full question will appear up here, and then you can test yourself, and then the answer will be right here. And if you can't really see the full answer, like what's happening here, you can click it here and it will appear up here. You can see, you can either expand this to see the answer more, or you can scroll down. So I'll just kind of show you guys an example here. So what is the key to delivery? So I just clicked this cell. So what is the key to delivering the highest quality of healthcare, ensuring the best patient outcome? Oh yeah, I forgot. So the other thing Ali Abdaal likes to do is he whites out this portion. So that, there. So I can't see the answer, but I can see the question. So going back, what is the key to the highest quality of healthcare and ensuring the best patient outcome? And then I go to the right to see the answer, and that is evidence-based practice. So if I got that right, what he would do is he would color the cell green if he got it right. If he thinks he needs to see it again, or he got it right and he thinks he needs to see it again, he'll probably make it yellow as a sign that he didn't fully understand the method. But if he got it completely wrong and really needs to recall or go back to this flashcard again, he'll make it red. So that's about it. I'll just kind of show you guys what it would look like. So say I got this next question over here. How does evidence-based practice create a lifelong problem-solving approach to clinical practice? Say I got this right, and it would be green. Oops, I mean green there. So this kind of will look like, so when you get all your questions in, it will be very colorful: green, red, yellow. But if you never went over the question, it would probably be white still. So I hope you guys try out this method. This is what I've been kind of experimenting with this week to kind of help myself study better. So I would say that it's a great way to comprehend your previous lecture material. So I hope this method works. Hope you kind of try it out for yourself if it works for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you think this video helped you. And as always, stay awesome. Peace.